How would you best explain the sacrifices that your mom made in raising you?
I think it's something only, truly a mother can know. I can never imagine the type of sacrifices she made. What I did see was her working 2 and 3 jobs at times, just so, we can have the things, food on the table, so we can, get new school clothes, have new shoes, things that, sometimes kids take for granted. But, her, working hard, doing things that I know she didn't want to do. I knew times that when she got home and she was so tired, but still found time to love on us. Things like that I can never imagine, because I'm not a mother, but I just, I appreciate it so much now looking back. I tell her all the time, I say, Mom, now that I got kids, it's unbelievable the things that you gave up and the sacrifices you made, for me and my siblings. And I'm so appreciative to you for the things that you did.
What do you think you most learned from your mom?
Work ethic. Work ethic, and I think that's why there's no way that I could, sit home. Even though I'm retired from the NFL and I could just sit home and do nothing, but the work ethic that she showed, me growing up, seeing her leave at 7 o'clock in the morning, come home at 6 at night, and then still cook dinner, and I understood at a young age that that's what sacrifice and work ethic was all about, what she was doing. And there was no question that's what I learned from her is work ethic.
How well do you remember that letter that you wrote her when you were 17?
I remember it, because it came from the heart. It was just, it was.
At 17 years old?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Well, it was, I had, I had done some things that, wasn't the best thing to do as a teenager. I tried drinking some beer with some of my friends and stuff, and my mom found out about it, and she was very disappointed. And I wrote her a letter. I just basically said, hey, Mom, I know, this is the worst thing that I did, that you can possibly imagine, but one day I'm gonna make you, the happiest mom in the world, because I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna get my degree, I'm gonna go to the NFL, I'm gonna buy you a new house, and you will never have to work again one day, I promise you, because, I'm gonna sacrifice, I'm gonna work hard, all that stuff. And, it brought her to tears. It was a special moment, and she kept the letter. She kept it, and many years later, when I was in the NFL, she showed me that letter, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you kept the letter? She's like, yeah, I kept it.
What's it like now to have actually been able to buy her a house and support your mother in the way that she did for you for so many years?
It's the best feeling in the world for me. I feel like I did what I set out to do for my mother. I said I would buy a new house, and also that she would never have to work again if she didn't want to. And she's been able to do that, and so as a son being able to, really take care of his mother, that's things that don't happen often, that's totally a blessing.